I'm a big fan of yours. Much love. I want your advice. I'm 14 years old, heading into my freshman season, right-handed pitcher, and really want to improve before the season. I go throwing programs, workouts after school, but I don't have a place or equipment to work on my mechanics or velocity outside of practices. I try to long toss every few days and work out at home, but I feel like I'm not reaching my full potential. There's workouts and drills that I need to do, but simply can't do due to lack of equipment. I feel like I can really improve and better myself if I had the equipment I need for certain drills and workouts. Do you have any advice for me? Yeah, don't get fooled with everything that you see on social media. What I mean by that is like there's going to be these incredible videos that you're going to find on Instagram or TikTok of somebody doing some random drill, a progression or throw with a plyo ball or something that uses all these fancy bells and whistles, and then it gives you this understanding in your brain that you need that to be the best athlete that you can be. That is incorrect. I'm biased with this because I didn't grow up with, all the bells and whistles in a sense. I think if you take one thing from this video, it's that your passion for the game and your passion for improving and your desire to want to be the best that you can be, that's going to be the constant fuel that far outweighs any fancy gadget that you could wear during a drill or whatever. On top of all of that, you're 14 years old, man. I don't think you need all of the fancy equipment. When you're young like that, that's why I tell people, mostly parents that have kids at that age, when you're young, man, that is your time for just self-discovery, right? I know that might not make sense to you at this point in time in your life. What I mean by that is learn about yourself, learn about your body, explore different movements, explore different ranges of movements. Don't get too caught up in what you don't have and get more caught up in what you do have. I was 14 too, then I would probably just think that was stupid and goofy, but it's true. The best of the best to ever do it, speaking in the game of baseball, are guys that grew up not necessarily having all the bells and whistles and the fancy equipment in a workout facility in their backyard, but more so just the guys that were constantly being an athlete, constantly being just a kid going out and, playing pickup baseball, or then going over to across the street and playing pickup basketball. Just that's what I'm trying to say within all of this exploration, if you will. Don't think that you need the fancy bells and whistles. Don't think that you need the written down throwing program from a guy on Instagram that has 500,000 followers, right? Like, don't think that everything you see online is everything that you need. And if you don't have it, then you won't be the best that you can be, because that is not true. I always use this example, and it's probably the best example you can use, is I've been very fortunate enough to go to like Puerto Rico for the last 5 winters, and seeing the kids there is very similar to like seeing the kids in the Dominican Republic grow up, Venezuela grow up, these Latin American countries that literally they just have a passion for the game. And that fuels them to want to make a freaking glove out of a milk carton and just play all day. And even if it's, I got to find a bigger stick, in the woods to do that, that's just probably the best example. And trust me, like I've been there in my life too, where I get hung up on certain things that I'm like, oh, I need that. That'll take me to the next level. But it's kind of a lie, to be honest. Yeah, sure. It's not to say like every piece of equipment or every, new gadget that you see on the market is bad, but the most important thing is your passion, your foundation for why you do what you do, why you play this game. Because you can have all the fancy bells and whistles, you can have all the best workout equipment, you can have the biggest home gym, you can have all of the training tools in modern day baseball development space. But if you don't have the desire and the passion and the want and the need, then throw it all away, because it's not going to matter. So hopefully you can take something from that, dude. I know it's probably upsetting because I'm not giving you like the solution, but I'm trying to encourage you. You will not fall drastically behind the level of your competition just because you don't have certain workout equipment. Coming from personal experience with myself, dude, like I was never even allowed to touch a weight before I turned 18, even after my first pro baseball season. Everything that I did all the way up until when I left for my first professional season, things that everyone could do. And it was long tossing, even if it was by myself, getting a bucket of balls. It was, doing a lot of pull down stuff, fielding a lot of ground balls, being a catcher, throwing bullpens, playing basketball, playing football, running around. That's where I think we kind of lose sight on nowadays, is that you need all of these other training tools. And if you don't have them, then like might as well not even play. That's where it's tricky, because it's not true. I would say fixate your mind more so on your love for improving and the curiosity that comes from wanting to see how good you can get. If that's the case, like, you'll find that you don't need anything. And that's the beauty of throwing too. There's so many good things you can do without equipment. I might make another video on everything you can do without equipment. That is my advice for you, man. Best of luck to you. Talk to you later.